Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. We're back with another Champions League game. Hold on, I just need to edit that title a sec. It is game week 2, not 1. Because that was Ajax Liverpool last week. We're here again a week on from that Ajax v Liverpool game, hoping for a little bit of a better game as we have Juventus v Barcelona. Venom Mixer already in the stream, in the chat. Hello, how are you doing? Alright, and Nicholas as well. The whole main idea of this commentary maybe was for Ronaldo v Messi, but we're not going to have that. Hopefully the next time they play we'll have that, but we still got an unbelievable game. Messi's still going to be playing, and I just love watching Messi. Obviously I think he's the best player to ever play the game. Obviously others might differ and have different opinions, but Ronaldo is still just, as good, if not some might say better. The commentary will start in about 8 minutes time. I'll go through the lineups in a few minutes. Big game. Could be, could tell us where each team's at. The drama with Barcelona within the week with pretty much all their, the head, people at the top of the club, all the hierarchy at the club have all resigned this week due to, falling out. The fans, the Messi situation, everything like that. So that's caused a bit of, a bit of tension within the club, and they've now gone. Could that maybe, spur the team on to perform a bit better because they've not got, that dark cloud over their club and their performances, or, could it just start a really bad downward spiral for Barcelona? Who knows? Sorry, I need to turn that on to silent. And then got Juventus as well under new manager Andrea Pirlo, looking very, very promising under the 41-year-old. I loved him as a player when I watched him. I didn't watch him too much, but I did watch him, especially in the Champions League, and he will want to revenge over Barcelona after it's coming up to the 5-year, or just passing the 5-year anniversary of when Barcelona beat Juventus 3-1 in a Champions League final where Pirlo did play and was defeated as well. Famously, that was kind of the peak of MSN as well, Messi, Suarez and Neymar. So kickoff is just 7 minutes away. I'm going to do the lineups in a second. Unfortunately, Ronaldo won't be playing, but I mean, we've still got absolutely world-class players on the pitch everywhere we look, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue in terms of goals. I think we'll have a lot. 3-2 Juventus. I could definitely see that. I hope there is that many goals. See, even though the man himself isn't. I know they had a test yesterday, and I was really hoping it was like, he's come back negative and he could maybe like play or come on as a sub because he hasn't played for almost two and a half weeks now. But it came back negative again, so you just have to deal with it in the end. I'm just gonna get this on the Instagram very, very quickly, and then we can get the lineups going. I've got a new video idea coming up, and it might be happening, and I'll pitch it in a sec. There we go. What I'm planning on doing is in the next couple of days, I might be loading like a week or even longer's time, but it's the idea that I think is going to be happening, which I'm very excited for, because this is what the channel was kind of based off. I've got a few private videos of actually doing it. I don't know if you know the football collection match attacks, the cards. I'm planning on doing like a big booster box, opening like a full box of like 50 packs in a video. I think that'll be very exciting to do, because I've not collected them for a few years, but I used to collect them very, very heavily when I was growing up, and I think that'd be a good, cool video idea, kind of changing it up. So that's the idea I've got, and hopefully that'll come in the next week or two. Hopefully that video idea, actually happens, because that would be very exciting. So yeah, I'm going to go through the lineups because the teams are ready to come out. So both teams are going for 4-2-3-1 on paper, and then from the plays that got out, that's what I'm presuming they are going for. So in goal for Juventus, we've got the 30-year-old former Arsenal goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny, with Juan Cuadrado playing right back. He usually plays right wing back, but playing right back tonight, he got an assist in their first Champions League game of the season against Dynamo Kiev. Shortage of centre backs because Chiellini and De Ligt are both injured. So that means Demiral and Bonucci start at the back. Bonucci captain for Juventus. He's got 3 Barcelona appearances, or 3 appearances against Barcelona, and he's lost one. he drew one, and he's won one. So let's see if that balances it out tonight for Manchester City. Right back, playing left back, we know he can do that because he did it for City sometimes, and that is the Brazilian Danilo, coming up now to the age of 29. Two holding midfielders, he's gone for Bentancur and Rabiot. That means Ramsey is going to be dropped for tonight's game. The Uruguayan and the Frenchman making the two holding midfielders. And then up front is Alvaro Morata, formerly of formerly of Real Madrid, now at Juventus for a second spell. And behind him, they've got Kulusevski on the right, number 44, the Ukrainian, bought from Atalanta. He's a great start to the season, scoring 2 against Sampdoria and Verona in the league already. Behind him is going to be the magician. I actually quite like watching this player. I think he's quite underrated sometimes. It's Paulo Dybala, number 10, nearly signed for Manchester City, ended up not doing so. And then Federico Chiesa is on the left as well, signed from Fiorentina on loan for this season. And then the bench is Arthur, formerly of Barcelona, signed with the swap deal with Pjanic. He's on the bench with Aaron Ramsey, Weston McKennie, Carlo Pinzoglio, Bernardeschi on the bench. Connie De Winter, a 18-year-old, is on the bench. Gianluca Frabotta is on the bench as well. Left back Manolo Portanova is on the bench as well, with Alessandro Riccio and Gianluigi Buffon. I'm not surprised if you don't know who half of them are. I didn't until I researched the game, so don't worry about that. And then for Barcelona, they've got Neto in goal. Ter Stegen injured, so he starts every single game this season so far, and he continues to do that. Sergio Roberto at right back, in for Dest, signed from Ajax. He makes the bench. Araujo at the back. The Uruguayan 21-year-old, he's in for PKs. He was sent off in Barcelona's first Champions League game of the season. Jordi Alba, ever present at left back, making his 341st appearance tonight. No Busquets, it's Miralem Pjanic who plays for Barcelona, playing against his former side, Juventus, tonight, where he made 178 appearances for the old lady. And De Jong will play holding midfield as well on the right-hand side. 22nd Champions League appearance. He's still not yet to score in the competition. Could this be his night tonight? Usman Dembele gets the nod on left wing. No Ansu Fati starting, is on the bench. It's actually going to be the 17-year-old Pedri who plays. He's the youngest ever Champions League scorer last week when they scored against Valenciavos. Nearly got there. I'll work on that during the game. Messi plays in behind Antoine Griezmann, who is up front. I'm very happy that Ronald Koeman's playing Messi in cam. Griezmann up front, where he's more likely going to blossom more as a player of Barcelona. And on the bench is Dest, Busquets, Alina, Braithwaite, Ricky Puig, Trincao, Fati, Firpo, Inaki, Pina, and Aruna Tanaz as well. And we are literally about to kick off, and that is quite the difficult kit clash, because they're wearing a very light pink, Barcelona, and it's very hard to differ from the white of Juventus. That's a little bit annoying. Going away for he doesn't have any symptoms. My man was chilling at home shirtless in the sun. I know, his Instagram's unreal. You know, his body is, literally, he's not showing any signs of 35 years of age. So, I mean, if you're getting positive, then you can't play, unfortunately. Checking my phone quickly. Oh, he's watching the stream. Kenzie's watching the stream. I can't show the stream, but I can see you're here, so thank you, Kenzie. I saw that. Anyway, we have kicked off. Barcelona kicking left to right. Juventus, Barcelona right to left. Juventus left to right, and it's Barcelona's kick off, and it's Neto on the ball, playing out from the back. Barcelona, what a surprise! So I'm just gonna get this timer started. Neto still on the ball, right on his line there. Gets it over to Araujo. Would you want that timer changed? Yes. Sorry, just give me a second. There we go. Sorted. Done. Batumi's resigned for, by the way. Yeah. The whole hierarchy's resigned for Barcelona. Right. This pink is actually annoying. It does clash a little bit. Especially viewing it on the TV anyway. Bentancur on the ball, Demiral having to get it past Griezmann, cuts back and goes inside and straight to Lionel Messi, who's in the box. Can he capitalise on a mistake? It's Lionel Messi who strikes. Big block from Leonardo Bonucci, the Juventus captain. Really felt the the impact of that strike from Messi. Very close in. It's a mistake from Demiral looking for Bentancur. That's the risk with playing so risky around the edge of your box and from that kind of distance. As Messi will take the corners. Ronald Koeman, the manager of Barcelona now, within the midst of the whole drama, he's still the manager despite being over there for a month. As it's been put to the edge of the box to Pjanic, it's had to be spilled by Szczesny. Falls back to Messi on the left, curls it back in the box. De Jong heads it down. Looking for Pjanic again, takes it down, lays it off to Griezmann, who strikes with the left foot. It's off the post and it's away. Only as far as Ousmane Dembele crosses it back in, headed away, comes off a Juventus player again. Rabiot has to deal with it. It's Longley who knocks him to the ground. And it's a free kick to Juventus. What a start for Barcelona, by the way. My word, Pjanic nearly scoring against his former club. Had to be parried by Szczesny. Good start from the number 8, the Bosnian. Probably wanting to haunt his former club. And then good skill from him a little bit later on, literally 10 seconds later, and Griezmann smashes the post. And Juventus need to wake up a little bit. I know they've been hit by a lot of injuries and illnesses, aka Ronaldo. But it turns over defensively, they've really been hit. No Chiellini, no De Ligt. It's going to be picked up here by Morata. Heads it down to the left-hand side to Chiesa. In the final third, 1-on-1 with Roberto. Goes inside to Rabiot. Backwards to Bentancur. A little bit of a wayward pass, but he keeps it alive. And Demiral will have it just above the halfway line. It's now Juan Cuadrado, formerly of Chelsea. Now Dybala, back to Demiral. Dybala again picks up the ball. The number 10. Has 2 goals in 4 appearances against Barcelona, but he's given it away, trying to link up with Kulusevski. And Barcelona have it nicely worked into Pjanic in the centre of the park. Now Griezmann, first time ball swept to the right-hand side to Sergi Roberto. It's now Ousmane Dembele, who might fancy his chances against Danilo, who's on the other side, his weaker side. Griezmann plays a 1-2 with Pjanic. Lays it into Messi. Pjanic again. Sergi Roberto. Back to Araujo. Worked over to Jordi Alba. Uses the young 17-year-old Pedri. Back to Jordi Alba. Long lay and into Pjanic. Gives it away to Dybala. And they've broke away with Morata. Sprinting away from Pjanic. He's got Chiesa to his left. And he will use him in the final third on the left-hand side of the box. He's met by Sergio Roberto and Griezmann. They defend nicely together and try and work it out from the corner here. And they do so nicely. Sergio Roberto to Pjanic. Back to Griezmann inside to Ousmane Dembele. Touch away from Danilo. Try to use his skills to make some space. And he does so with a pass to Sergi Roberto. Right in this corner flag. They need to get this away, Barcelona. They're destined to play out from the back. And it's Pjanic who's played it straight into the path of Kulusevski. And it's a great tackle from Longley to pick it up in the box, because that was really poor from Pjanic. It's overplaying it sometimes, these two teams. And it's causing mistakes in the first 4 minutes. As Ousmane Dembele brings it away to Lionel Messi on the edge of the box, enters the box, pushed off the ball by Demiral. No foul, says the referee, and Kulusevski can come away with it. Dinks past Longley. There's a gap in between there. Defence from Morata, but too much is on it, and Neto can come and pass it out to De Jong, and he can turn and look to start a Barcelona attack. It's already a great tempo to the game. It's Pedri into Jordi Alba, Lionel Messi, into De Jong, just about gets it to Miralem Pjanic. Sergio Roberto down the line to Ousmane Dembele. You feel like he could have a nice, calm day there over to against Danilo. But he worked into Messi. Misplaced pass from the Argentine into De Jong, and Juventus can clear with Morata trying to flick it on before getting absolutely clattered by Araujo, the Uruguayan centre-back. No Champions League appearances last year for Araujo. Was on the bench for the Inter game. Can't read my own writing there, but also the Bayern Munich game as well, he was on the bench. Only the 2 La Liga appearances this year, the 1 start as well. But I'm liking the start of this game. Great, I love it when there's a quick tempo game, because it just makes it more exciting to watch and commentate on. As the free kick's been played by Bonucci over to Demiral, who made the first key mistake. Allow Messi to have a shot close in on goal. Bentancur into 1. Cuadrado making the 15 appearances for Chelsea. Didn't really work there for Juan Cuadrado while he was at the club. does prefer Italian football, I think, having a long spell with Fiorentina now with Juventus as well. It's a long ball over the top, dinked towards Dybala, too much on it, easily collected by Neto, but nearly got caught napping there, Barcelona. Not the first time they've been caught napping in the Champions League. They've done it a few times over the years. It's Longley on the ball now to Jordi Alba, number 18. Into De Jong, playing in the close spaces. But this pink is very, very light, I have to say. Sergi Roberto into Ousmane Dembele inside the Barcelona half. Oh, I think he nutmegs Chiesa there and takes him on a second time and lays it into Pjanic. What skill from Ousmane Dembele. Being hit badly with injury. He's had 78 Barcelona appearances since 2017, since joining. He's had 80 games off injured, so he's actually missed more games through injury than he's actually played, which is unfortunate for the Frenchman. Pjanic back to Neto in his own 6-yard box. Gets it to the left to Longley. It's really close quarters. Pjanic has just got it back to Longley. Cuts onto his right, then back to his left, and just pokes it down the line and concedes the throw-in, does it? I think it does just deflect off a Juventus player before going out. Or is it a Juventus ball, but the referee pulled it back because he was too far back. He wants to go, oh no, it is a Barcelona throw-in, I was going to say. Bit of miscommunication. Cuadrado definitely thinks it's a Juventus throw-in. Anyway, Jordi Alba takes back to Longley. Completes a 1-2. Longley again into De Jong. First time ball into Jordi Alba. Too much on it. Out for a throw-in. Jordi Alba forever present for Barcelona. 8 years now at the club. Demiral for Juventus. Plays it back to Leonardo Bonucci. Goes inside nicely to Morata, who picks it up, turns and tries to play it to the right hand side to either Dybala or Cuadrado. Cut out by Barcelona and cleared by the Barcelona player. As far as a Juventus throw-in. Demiral throws it back to Bonucci. 67th Champions League appearance for him tonight. The 2 goals, his first one was against Shakhtar Donetsk in the 2012-13 campaign. As Dybala's worked over to Danilo, first time ball with the right foot into no man's land. It's able to be picked up by Sergi Roberto into Pjanic. I think took a little bit too much time on that and was actually caught by Morata in the end. Not purposefully, but it's his own fault for inviting the challenge because Pjanic took too long on that. Too long on the ball and was just caught by Alvaro Morata in the end. I'll definitely feel that one. Morata apologetic, but he was there to be won because Pjanic took too long on the ball as they have worked it out to Jordi Alba through the legs of Kulusevski and completes a 1-2 with Pedri, and Jordi Alba pulls it back to Griezmann. First time ball behind him to De Jong. Brings the Dutchman into play. Gets out wide right to Ousmane Dembele. Can he look to maybe cut onto his right? Onto his left foot? No. Tackled by Danilo and brought away by, I think that is Chiesa. Rabiot. Back into Chiesa again. Kulusevski's made a run through the middle, but we'll go to Rabiot again. Pokes it to Kulusevski, but De Jong on his toes in there, quick enough to intercept before getting to the Ukrainian. Now Pjanic on the ball to Sergi Roberto. Now finds Ousmane Dembele. I think he'll be definitely one of the keys to unlock this Juventus defence, but he gives it to Lionel Messi instead. Now back to Ousmane Dembele in the final third, behind him to Antoine Griezmann, who's positioned up front, but you feel like he got free roam. So does Lionel Messi as well, who's got it out to Jordi Alba. 1-on-1 with Juan Cuadrado. Finds Pedri in behind. He looks on side, and it's been cleared and pulled back off Demiral to give away the corner. Looks like they beat the offside trap there, Pedri in Barcelona. They were waiting for the flag to go up there, Juventus, but he was well caught out there, the defence. Messi will take this corner on the outswinger. What a player Lionel Messi is. Joined them in 2000 Barcelona. And he's never really looked back, has he? What a career he's had, Lionel Messi. And he crosses it in. It's dangerous. It's headed away by Bonucci. Falls to the edge to Jordi Alba. Gives it back to the corner taker Lionel Messi. Now into Pedri. Over to Pjanic, just behind him first time, to Sergi Roberto. It's now Pjanic again, who made all 8 starts for Juventus in the Champions League last year. Now he's in a part of a swap deal with Arthur. He's on the bench tonight. Pjanic looks for the dink towards Jordi Alba, intercepted by Cuadrado, and that falls to Dybala again, took down from behind by Jordi Alba, and Dybala does win the free kick for Juventus in the end. Dybala definitely looking for that free kick. Definitely bought it and did buy it well because it was a free kick. It's Demiral, the young Turkish centre-back, only 22 years of age, Marin Demiral. It's now Bentancur into Morata, who has to hold it up against Araujo and does keep it well and gets it to Danilo. Good hold-up play by the striker, looking to find his old self again back at Juventus. Remember him scoring a goal against Manchester City one time when Juventus came to the Etihad and beat them 2-1. It looks like they try and break away with Chiesa, Juventus. He's just picked off by Miralem Pjanic in the end, and he just forced it back to Neto. 2 clean sheets in the league in the 5 appearances made due to the injury of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Jordi Alba now forced back to Longley. Forced first time clearance down the line, looking for Pedri. Can't quite meet it first. It's Rabiot who gets there, and it's now found Paulo Dybala. A lot of room on the right for Cuadrado. Kulusevski's made a run, doesn't use him, crosses it in instead towards number 22 there of Juventus, which is Chiesa. Couldn't bring it down, and Barcelona can bring it away with Lionel Messi. 1-2 with Jordi Alba. Messi again, now back to Jordi Alba. Can he find a man in pink? He can. That's Pjanic, completes another 1-2. You know, they love the quick tiki-taka football, Barcelona. They play it literally under every single manager, keeping that Johan Cruyff methods well within the club and the soul of the club. See when they throw it. Dylan Clark, hi, how are you doing? There you go, I can get my words out. I see you in a few streams actually, so I'm glad you're in this one tonight. It's Longley, down the line, finds Jordi Alba. It's had to Lionel Messi. It is literally 1 or 2 touch football when you watch Barcelona. You know, it's like a maximum of at least 3 touches. You know, you don't want to be spending too much time on the ball. It is Longley, who just bring it forward, finds Jordi Alba. Messi still dropping deep, looking for the ball, but he gives it to Pedri. Now finds Messi, and it's the first time switch to Ousmane Dembele. What a pass from Lionel Messi. Brings in the Frenchman. Look to try and beat the Juventus defenders. Cuts back onto his right and strikes it. It's deflected and it's into the back of the net. I was surprised when Ousmane Dembele decided to check back onto his right foot despite his left-footed. But turned out to be the right option for the Frenchman. Because it's deflected off a Juventus man. Not sure who it was. I'll have to check. And it's an assist for Lionel Messi. It's an unbelievable switch by the Argentine. And he looks to cut in onto his left, then back out on his right, strikes it, deflects off Chiesa, and loops over Wojciech Szczesny. No chance for the Polish goalkeeper, and Barcelona have an early lead, and you know it's been quite balanced so far, but they've just about edged in front in this game. Yes, a massive slice of luck with the deflection, but he tried, he took his chance there, and Dembele thought there's a shot on, I'm going to go for it, and it's gone into the back of the net. Juventus 0, Barcelona 1. Dembele with the goal. Only his 21st goal in a Barcelona shirt, and he's now 79th appearance. It's Cuadrado's played it through to Alvaro Morata. He's been played onside by the linesman, but I feel like when he nearly puts it in, the first time he gets it in a second and the flag then goes up. I thought he was offside, because the linesmen are told to keep their flags down just in case he is on, but I thought he was off there. Ball through by Cuadrado, yeah, just... Oh, is he? Jordi Alba might play him on. Goes one-on-one on the angle on the right. Tries to dink it over Neto. Saves it a first time, then he's able to put it in on the rebound, despite many Barcelona players trying to force their way back. If he's onside, Neto then complains for a handball off Morata as he hit it off Neto, then comes back off Morata for the rebound. But I think he was offside anyway, as the VAR will check. That's what it looked like for me anyway. I thought he was offside firstly, but even if he was onside, tried to dink it over Neto, comes off his hand, and then comes off like the arm here of Morata. If they deem that offside, I don't know, but it came off here for Morata, but he's offside anyway, so the handball doesn't matter anyway. And Morata rejected of a goal against Barcelona. Barcelona do continue with Araujo, the young centre-back, number 4, in for the suspended PK. Looks for a dinked ball over the top, looking for Jordi Alba in behind. Cuadrado will get that first. And how will he deal with it with Jordi Alba right behind him? Giving a lot of issues there and just fall to the ground there, really, Cuadrado. Talk about buying a free kick, that's exactly how you do it. Didn't really even touch him, Jordi Alba. Cuadrado went into him. Yeah, that's a load of absolute rubbish there from Cuadrado. Just offside, by the way, by about a toe. Morata, but, you know, that's happened to him before, Cuadrado. Don't know if you remember in the Champions League final, I think it was 2017, when he was sent off in that game. You might know from a Mandzukic overhead kick, and it was just from Ramos acting like he'd been like pushed over and hit by Cuadrado when he really hadn't, and forced the foul there. And here's another foul on Cuadrado by Jordi Alba, and that time that was actually a foul by the Spaniard on the Colombian. Don't know if that was a bit of maybe revenge for, you know, possibly getting the other free kick a bit cheaply. But Juventus will just want to get the one with the game, and they have done with Bentancur, forcing out to Chiesa on the left. Goes just behind him to Danilo. Sees a switch, and he'll go for it with Juan Cuadrado. Is able to bring it down. He's one-on-one with Jordi Alba. Enters the box. Tries to cut it back to Dybala. Too much on it, and it's found by Danilo with a poor pass thing from Pjanic on the edge of the box. Rushed it there, the makeshift left back, and will go out for a Barcelona goal kick, and they look to take it quickly, but Demiral with a great interception as that looked to force it to Pedri, the young 5'7" playing on the wing for Barcelona. It's now Bonucci on the ball, 18 minutes in, still 1-0 due to a deflected goal for Ousmane Dembele off Chiesa. It's Bentancur, forced it down the line to Dybala on the right, cuts it back to Kulusevski. Drills it into the box on the floor and is able to be picked off by the Barcelona centre-back. Morata needed to be a bit more on his toes there, but they have kept it alive with Rabiot. Sorry about that. Bentancur. Demiral going to force it to Cuadrado. He's got Dybala there ahead of him, but decides to go into Kulusevski. Picked off by Pedri, but thankfully for Cuadrado, falls straight back to him. Bonucci forced to play it back to Wojciech Szczesny. Was at Arsenal for 11 years, the Polish international, making a staggering 181 appearances. And then found his way at Roma and Juventus. Sorry about that. Juventus have found it on the left-hand side to Chiesa. Thought they were going to start Bernardeschi, but decided to go for the lone signing of Chiesa. Kulusevski finds it into Dybala on the right, going to run at Jordi Alba, cuts inside onto his left foot, plays it to Rabiot, who is left-footed, cuts back onto the right-hand side to Bentancur, then to Kulusevski, who is left-footed himself, forced back to Bentancur, just whips it into the back post, looking for Morata, brings it down, but the referee does deem it a foul as Morata was handling Roberto and not letting go of him at all until he was able to bring the ball down. All over the arm of Roberto, not really giving him a chance to even battle with Morata there. Good call by the referee. Looking lively though, Morata. Heavily criticised while at Chelsea during his period there. Only reached the 24 goals while at Chelsea. Pjanic to De Jong, over to Lionel Messi. Loves to pick up those deeper positions. He's just passing the halfway line into the Juventus half now. Ousmane Dembele is on the ball. Very tight spaces on that side and goes back towards Araujo. It's now Longley. Now to Jordi Alba. Into Pedri. He's able to turn. Looks to go forward. And find a ball inside to Jordi Alba. Finds some central of the pitch. Switches it to Lionel Messi. Taking his time on the ball, the Argentine. It's into Ousmane Dembele again, who's looked frightening when on the ball. Ousmane Dembele was with the goal. He deflected just on the edge of the box with his weak foot. Came off Chiesa. Looped over Wojciech Szczesny. It's a switch to Messi again. Slow build up from Barcelona. They've got the ball and their intent is to keep it. And they've gone all the way back to Neto, who actually had a stint at Juventus, a 2-year stay. only making the 22 appearances, the Brazilian, now at Barcelona, signed from Valencia, and Dembele's got it to Pedri, who then can get it to Jordi Alba, brings it down a little bit of room on the left-hand side, goes inside to Antoine Griezmann, the World Cup winner. Now De Jong, Pjanic, Messi around 30 yards from goal, now to Griezmann. He's going to find Jordi Alba again. Now Messi on the edge, can he try and take on Bentancur? No, he can't, but he has forced to Ousmane Dembele. So sorry. Oh my days. It's Jordi Alba who gets a ball in the box. Oh my. I'm glad they've got the same enthusiasm for the game. I'm sure the game's on in the other room. I'm sure they're just getting excited by watching Messi. I'm sure. Oh, it's Cuadrado on the ball. Goes inside to Kulusevski. A bit too much on it, and Pjanic can intercept. It's now Jordi Alba straight into Messi. First time ball through to Griezmann. Back heels to Messi. It's beautiful football. It's Lionel Messi. Oh, he drags it wide. Oh, it's really, really unlike Lionel Messi. Great play from Griezmann to back heel it back to the Argentine. Completely caught Demiral in no man's land. Getting dragged to the ball, the Turkish international. Found Messi and then just dragged it wide. And Cuadrado's been found in behind here. Is he onside? He can't keep it in anyway, so it doesn't quite matter. Juan Cuadrado trying to get in behind there. Barcelona have the ball again. You know, Lionel Messi is their top goal scorer for Barcelona in the Champions League with 116 goals. Oh, as Bentancur's intercepted a Pjanic pass again. It's now Dybala. He's got runs to the right of him with Kulusevski, and he will use him. Kulusevski on the left foot gets a crossing. Floated towards Chiesa, headed away by Roberto, straight back toward the right-hand side of Kulusevski. Decides to leave it for a throw. And we'll take it quickly, the number 44, into Juan Cuadrado. Bentancur. Over to Rabiot. Demiral into Bonucci on the halfway line. Links many times with Manchester City, actually, for Leonardo Bonucci. Never happened in the end. Decided to switch over to AC Milan. Cuadrado on the right. Tries to take on Pedri. Comes off the leg of Pedri out for a throw-in for Juventus and Cuadrado. Ronald Koeman, the manager now of Barcelona, well known in Barcelona. He was there for 6 years in his time. 254 games and 7 red cards. Ronald Koeman at his time at Barcelona. Won a Champions League with them as a player. And in the 91-92 final against Sampdoria, he actually won the game for them 1-0 in extra time with a free kick. Ronald Koeman winning one of Barcelona's 5 Champions Leagues. So he's well known and very favourable around the Barcelona region. As Rabiot's won it back and he finds Kulusevski, who will run at the defence. Goes into Alvaro Morata. He's going to go with a left-footed shot. No, he's going to lay it off to Chiesa to his left. He tries to take on Roberto. Can't quite do so. Strong defending from the right back of Barcelona and gives it to Ousmane Dembele. He just has to run at Rabiot and takes him out of the game. Also to Bentancur as well. Gives it to Lionel Messi. He's got Pedri to his left. Cuts back once and twice. And then tries to look for De Jong, who gets there ahead of Kulusevski, but wins it fairly from behind, winning the ball. Well done by the Ukrainian. Getting there ahead of De Jong. It was a poor Messi pass towards Frankie De Jong. It's now Bentancur, just inside the Juventus half. Gives to Dybala, who's dropped deep for the ball. Now it's to Rabiot. He's got Cuadrado out wide with him, and he will use him. Juan Cuadrado with it. Not many options for the Colombian there. Has to go back to Demiral. Finds Bentancur. He's able to turn and just give it to Danilo on the left. Back to Bonucci. Now Wojtek Szczesny. Andrea Pirlo is going to be looking of ways to break down this Barcelona defence if he can. Could this be one of them with Cuadrado looking for Kulusevski in behind, cut off by Pedri's? Had fantastic work rate, the young 17-year-old. Didn't even come through the Barcelona ranks. Pedri was signed this season from Las Palmas after a successful La Liga 2 season in the second tier of La Liga. In 4 goals and 7 assists, and they thought, yes, we want little bit of him in our team. They did buy him, and he's played all 5 La Liga games so far. No goal involvements, but did start against Real Madrid, which was a 3-1 defeat for Barcelona, as Juventus have worked it to the left of Chiesa, looking to take on Roberto. Gets a cross in on the ground. It's easily collected by Neto. Wasn't really the great area to put it in, because even if someone was there, it was in a very tight angle to divert it goalwards. There's now Neto, rolls it out to Longley, and I always remember Longley putting in a fantastic performance for Sevilla against United as Longley's pulled up there. Don't know what's happened. I think they're going to have to kick it out here. He was just dribbling with the ball. No, he seems to be okay. Running again. He just seems to be on the ball and just randomly pulling up there, Longley. But he's back on it and he's cleared down the line. Don't know what he's doing. Is he going to go to the ground? He obviously seems quite in a little bit of distress. But I think he'd be okay to continue. But like I said, I remember him playing, I think it was in the Champions League game against United when they knocked them out at Old Trafford. I remember it was a Mourinho United team. Longley was superb that night. I think Ben Yedder scored that game as well. You FIFA players will know how good of a player he can be on the game. Anyway, Ben Yedder. Longley seems okay. And Juventus have won the ball back here with Rabiot. He just was on the ball there, Longley, and just decided to pull up and then continue. It was a bit of a weird one. It's Rabiot on the halfway line. Over to Demiral. Has the 1 goal for Juventus against Roma. Demiral. Our last game of last season. Rabiot forces it to Danilo. Checks back and finds Rabiot in the middle. Back to Danilo again. And to Bentancur, number 30. Round the corner to Dybala. Poor touch. Longley can intercept and find Ousmane Dembele. It's now Lionel Messi. Again, no rush from Lionel Messi. And then when he finds the option, that's when he decides to get the move in gear and looks for a switch to Pedri. Again, just a little bit off target, the pass there. Pedri apologises, but it was a wayward ball from Lionel Messi. Even at the age of 33 and being heavily linked away from the club, he still puts in unbelievable performances. Remember the commentary against Napoli at the back end of last season in the Champions League. He was unreal that night and scoring some terrific goals. As Szczesny's right on the line and just gets the pass away and had to be cleared first time by Danilo as Griezmann was pressing Szczesny, and he had to be careful there. It's in the air with De Jong, heads it down to Lionel Messi, takes it in his stride, and it's a outside of the boot ball out wide right to Ousmane Dembele. Looks to take on Danilo, tries to cut it onto his left, and then tries to play in a ball behind towards Messi, cut out by Juventus, and they win a free kick as Pjanic gives away a foul on Chiesa. Taken quickly to Demiral. Into the space where Cuadrado is and helps it on the line. Down to Dybala. Kulusevski's making the run. Decides to not use him and use the space he's created to feed Cuadrado. Takes a touch and swings it into Morata, who hits it into the bottom corner. Flags up. He shakes the finger, saying, I don't think it was. But I think you're wrong, Alvaro. I do think he was offside, and he was. The left knee offside. Great movement. Peeled away from Araujo, sorry. And he was saying no, but he was offside. 2 goals from Alvaro Morata in this game, and they've both been disallowed for offside. 2 rightly given decisions, though, as well. But he does look a lot more energetic and a lot more lively when playing for Juventus. He didn't have the greatest time, like I said, at Chelsea, but went to Atletico Madrid and had that historic night where they beat Liverpool by 3 goals to 2 at Anfield. Just Juventus on the ball. Kulusevski looking to make a run of it. Tackled by De Jong, but falls back to Danilo. Looking inside towards Morata, too much on it. Falls to the Barcelona keeper, Neto. On the great start in the league as well for Barcelona, by the way. 12th in the league they are. 7 points after the 5 games. 2 wins, a draw and 2 losses. Not the greatest start for Ronald Koeman as Longley gives away the ball to Bentancur in the midfield. He can turn and find Chiesa. Danilo's made a run within the midfield and finds him, but plays it back to Rabiot. Now into Paulo Dybala. Looks to get a cross into the back post towards Morata. He had to be cut out by Roberto, and it was, and fell into the hands of Neto. But Morata lurking again. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't score tonight, Alvaro Morata. Dembele, back to Roberto. He's now into the feet of Neto, takes a touch, finds Longley, the French centre-back of Barcelona, now Jordi Alba. Into De Jong, who looks to run forward, check back and then find Pjanic. Into Messi, first time ball back to Pjanic, then Messi again. He's got Jordi Alba to his left and he will use him. Messi, now De Jong, over to Pjanic. Sweeps it along towards the goal scorer Ousmane Dembele. Can't quite get past Danilo, as he does keep it in right on that far right hand side. Griezmann back to the halfway line to Araujo. Messi, Araujo. Finds Ousmane Dembele in a little bit of room. Not many options though, so he has to just slow down and go back inside to Lionel Messi. Into Pedri. De Jong. Back to Messi again, right in the centre of the pitch. No longer playing out wide, now playing more central in like a central attacking midfield role. Because that allows Ousmane Dembele to play back out wide. He's giving it to Griezmann, inside to Pedri, can't take it under his control. The flex of Cuadrado, back to Jordi Alba. Slices it well wide of the post. If he got a good connection on that Jordi Alba, that could have been a different story. Great ball inside from Griezmann. Looking for Pedri, I think it deflected a little off Demiral. Then off Cuadrado, fell right into the path of Jordi Alba, who decided to go for the shot and had every right to go for it, but was always going wide with the slice he got on that with his left boot. But it's Cuadrado, dinks it towards Morata, goes over his head, and can Dybala get there ahead of De Jong? No, he can't. Well defended by the Dutchman, and Neto now has it. Thank you for all the likes. I just saw another one come through and I got 6. That's great to see. If you are new and you haven't already, please subscribe. It does just help the channel out a lot. I'm 450 now, which is a great landmark to hit. On to the next 50, where we can get 500 and 1,000, hopefully. It's Messi on the ball, though, breaks away with it, and then finds Pedri. Back into Messi. Gets away from Rabiot. Can't quite get away from Bentancur, and he will bring it away for Juventus. Chops back in onto his left side, and he'll play into Rabiot, who's going to bring it forward, look up and switch it to Kulusevski. On the left-hand side, can he cut onto his left? Because it could be a shot here. He decides to go down the right instead and cuts it back. Intercepted by Pjanic, falls to Pedri in the box and will dribble out with it, the 17-year-old. Get past Dybala, roulette, past Rabiot, what skill. And then feeds Sergio Roberto. Gets it out to Ousmane Dembele before Morata can get there, and he continues to work back Morata. It's now Messi, where they just slow down the attack again. There's no real rush for Barcelona. If they get forward and there's too many Juventus bodies back and not enough Barcelona attackers, then they'll just slow down and just let the Barcelona players join the attack. It's Longley. Jordi Alba's there. We'll use him. Back to Longley. Not many options. Has to turn back and find Araujo. Was on the bench for the previous Champions League game as Pjanic. It's another point. He's done a few of them. Poor pass straight to Danilo. Now Chiesa getting closed down by De Jong, and Griezmann keeps it under his spell for not for too long, because Griezmann will take it away from him and then feed Lionel Messi. He's got Ousmane Dembele to his right. He's sure going to play it to him. He does eventually. Ousmane Dembele cuts onto his left and shoots. Takes down Bonucci. Saved by Szczesny. Lays it back off to Griezmann. Blocked off by Szczesny. Great goalkeeping. Rabiot has to clear. And Juventus get away with it. I felt Messi maybe delayed the pass too long, but when Dembele got the shot away after cutting back onto his left and completely sitting down Bonucci, he did get the shot off, and Szczesny saved. Fell to Griezmann, and he couldn't divert himself. Juventus have it down the right. Has to go back to Bentancur just inside the Juventus half. Rabiot. Cuadrado's there. Not going to use him. Bentancur. Rabiot. It's now Demiral on the ball. This is the 8th meeting between the two sides. All in the Champions League, the previous games that were recorded that I could find. The first one dating back to 2003, where it did end. Juventus won, Barcelona won in the Allianz Arena in Turin. As Morata can bring it away. Kulusevski's made a run to his right, can't quite feed him. Pedri will clear. Bit of a rush clearance, just fall straight back to Danilo. Yeah, they've had 7 meetings, 1 Juventus win, 2 Barcelona wins and 4 draws. So in half of the fixtures, or over half of the fixtures, there's been draws. Those have been 1-1, 2 1-1s, and 2 0-0s as well. We're not going to get a 0-0, that's for sure, as we've already had a Ousmane Dembele goal. As it seems like Araujo's gone down because he was dealing with the ball that had been forced back to him, and Morata put in a challenge, and it looks like he's just caught the Uruguayan. But yeah, Messi did play it in time. Dembele cut onto his left, saved the first time by Szczesny, laid it back off to Griezmann, who then tried to pass it, and then it was Szczesny was so far at his goal, he was actually able to block it off himself, the pass. He was near this penalty spot when Griezmann passed it in the end. As we do continue with Dybala losing the ball, but then a miscommunication between Dembele and Griezmann means Bentancur can come away with it. Lays it off to Morata, lays it off one more towards Kulusevski. Good defending by Barcelona, but falls straight back to Danilo. It's been dinked in by Rabiot, and it's nowhere near a man in the stripes of black and white. And it's easily caught by Neto. Rolled out to Longley. Now Miralem Pjanic. Longley again. Pjanic. Out wide left to De Jong. He's going to go behind him. He will to Araujo, who seems to be okay after going down under that challenge of Morata. Sergio Roberto. Now to Messi. Ooh, took out by Danilo, but it was a touch that Messi will not be proud of. He just let the ball slide under his foot. It wasn't intentional. Kind of just lost the direction of the ball. It just fell under his foot and then had to rush to get there. Touched it past Danilo and was taken out in the process, but could have been avoided. Messi could have just took a more settled touch. It's Longley. Back to Araujo. Sergi Roberto finds Ousmane Dembele, able to turn with a lot of room ahead of him. Goes over to his left to Pedri. Dummies towards Jordi Alba, who has to turn back and collect the ball. Goes inside to Griezmann, who's drifting that wide left to find Jordi Alba again. Griezmann pokes it backwards towards Longley. First time or second time switched to Sergio Roberto. He's been forced back to Araujo. Now Longley again. He's going to look forward and bring it forward. Dybala is there to try and tackle. Doesn't get the ball the first time and can be given to Jordi Alba. Now to De Jong. Pjanic over to Araujo. 39 minutes played, or just coming up to the 39th minute. Still 1-0. And here he is, the goal scorer. Ousmane Dembele goes inside to Lionel Messi, gets away from Bentancur and Rabiot. He's able to turn as well. And look for a switch to Jordi Alba, brings it down. De Jong's there in support, will use him. He'll spin and go to the right back of Sergi Roberto, the number 20 for Barcelona. Ousmane Dembele getting a bit of spot of ball, but was able to get out of it nicely, avoiding the challenge of Danilo and Morata. Gets into Pjanic, caught late by Rabiot, and it will be a free kick for Barcelona. Dembele just played it inside and then looking for the return. Pjanic was caught there. Try to complete the 1-2. Could be a chance to get a cross in here for Barcelona. Just on the angle on the right hand side, it will take it short. Griezmann into Messi. Pjanic now De Jong. Lionel Messi will play behind him. To Longley. Inside to Pedri. Now finds Jordi Alba on the ball. 70 Champions League appearances for him, Jordi Alba. Very experienced in the competitions. Only won it the one time, and that was against Juventus back in 2015. Longley looks for a ball into Jordi Alba. Way too much on it. Collected by Szczesny. Just rolls it out in front of Demiral. Number 28 over to Leonardo Bonucci. He also started all of the Champions League games for Juventus last year that he was featured in. Captain in all 7 as well. It's Cuadrado. Back towards Demiral. He's just on the halfway line. Juventus just struggling to find a way through this Barcelona midfield and defence. Bentancur finds Morata within the gap between the defence and midfield. He's in the box on the right. Not much room. Can he maybe work space for a cross? Is he dribbled out of play? He has on the byline. Couldn't quite keep it in. And I say they're struggling to break through when they have they have scored, but Morata's just been offside the both times, unfortunately for Andrea Pirlo. Oh, I don't know about that one. I think he may have just been off the pitch there. Buffon is shouting some kind of Italian words to the team on the pitch. Gianluigi Buffon still going strong at 42, which is just fine. Ridiculous, 123 Champions League appearances for him. As Pedri's been dispossessed by Cuadrado, now Kulusevski into towards Dybala, intercepted by De Jong, and Barcelona have the ball back again with Neto, cleared long, can't be won by Griezmann, and Juventus have the ball back again with Andre Rabiot into Cuadrado. Could they get a goal before half-time? Really help their case of maybe getting 3 points from this game. Bentancur switched towards Chiesa. Is there too much on it? Yes, there is. Couldn't even keep it in with the header there. Chiesa, and it's going to be a throw-in for Barcelona. Take quickly to Pjanic. Flicked over his head towards Messi. Brings it down the first time and is able to keep it under spell and bring in Sergio Roberto. Looks to send Dembele down the line, but just bounced off his leg as he was running and out for a throw-in for Juventus, which they will take quickly to Bonucci again. Works it way to Morata, who's dropped deep again, trying to hold up the ball, and a foul's been given against Araujo there as Morata was just getting handled off the ball, or manhandled off the ball, should I say. Bonucci into Bentancur. Back towards Bonucci, into the space of Demiral. Both teams coming into this game with wins after their first game of the Champions League season. Morata getting both of the goals against Dynamo Kiev. Played well in that game as well. I did watch that. It was one of the earlier kickoffs, 5 to 6 kickoffs. I did watch that last week. It's Bonucci over to Demiral. Patient build-up. We've got 2 minutes plus added on time to play. Brings it forward and finds Juan Cuadrado. Trying to take on Pedri. He's got to beat Jordi Alba as well, and it comes off him for a throw-in. Good tackle from Jordi Alba. Dybala against De Jong. Trying to get away from him. Just has to play it inside to Bentancur. Nice ball inside to Kulusevski. Looks to take on Araujo. Does so, but Pjanic is there to help out and win the ball back, where Dembele looks to take on Danilo. And shoulder checked onto the ground there. No intent of getting the ball there, Danilo. Eyes completely on the man and completely took him out as well. Free kick Barcelona. Could have maybe made it less obvious there, Danilo, what he was doing. But no. I also forgot there's other Champions League games going on tonight. I will give you score updates. I do apologise. I meant to get the tab open before I started the stream, but obviously forgot. Right, let's have a look. So, Ferencvaros, the team that Barcelona played, they're getting beat 2-0 at home to Dynamo Kiev. Club Brugge is 1-1 with Lazio. United are winning against RB Leipzig. Mason Greenwood with that goal. Donny van de Beek starting as well in that game with Pogba, Fred as well. No Bruno Fernandes in that game though. Is he on the bench? No. Don't know where he is then. It's been worked out though by Juventus. It falls in the box towards Danilo, and then Chiesa tries to take over. It falls off him last and goes out for a goal kick. Does anyone know where? Oh, he is there. Sorry. There he is there. Rashford on the bench as well. Dortmund v Zenit 0-0. Sevilla v Stade Rennais as well is also 0-0. But Araujo's gone down as well. Again, 2 minutes added on as well in this game. Not gonna lie, we are playing better than Barcelona. I don't know. I mean, Barcelona have played well themselves. You've had a few chances, Juventus, but all that matters is that scoreline, and it's Barcelona who are ahead. A very wildly deflected strike from Ousmane Dembele off Chiesa, and it did loop into the net. Will go down as Ousmane Dembele goal as he was going on target. Araujo seems to be okay after that attack. Scored in the last game as well in the Champions League. Ousmane Dembele, back-to-back goals in the competition. Taken by Neto, now the goal kick straight to Rabiot, who's completely on his own. Araujo heads it back towards Juventus. It falls to Bentancur. Looks to release Kulusevski, but Jordi Alba gets his body in front of it and wins it first. Sends it over the top looking towards Griezmann. Cut off by Demiral, and it can be Bentancur to bring it forward. Looks over the top towards Chiesa. Neto's going to come out for the ball. And he's gone out of his box on the right-hand side, so he has to deal with this with a little bit of maturity, and he will do with a nice clearance down the line, but it falls only as far as Danilo. It's now Bentancur again. Cuadrado's there on the right-hand side. Decides to go inside to Dybala. Flicks it onto Morata. Finds Kulusevski in the edge of the box. Tries to return the favour towards Morata. Well defended by Araujo. Bit of a hurried clearance, but gets it away only as far as Rabiot. Now Danilo will bring it forward. Left-footed cross shot. I don't know what that was, but it was nowhere near whatever he was doing. And goes straight out for a goal kick. Pirlo not the happiest man after that passage of play. 10 seconds left of the half. No losses yet though for Pirlo in his 6 games as the manager. He's won 3, drew 3, not yet lost. Unlike Ronald Koeman, who's lost 2. One obviously against Real Madrid at the weekend. As I think after this goal kick, it will be half-time. Solid half from Barcelona. The main thing is that they're ahead in the game. Falls to Kulusevski, the goal kick, and not yet given a half-time, and a heavy touch means he flies into a challenge against Jordi Alba and picks up the yellow card there, Kulusevski. Could have got on the end of that there and sent it forward, but the heavy touch really didn't do him any favours and ended up giving away the yellow card as well and the foul. Played for Parma last year, Kulusevski. 36 Serie A appearances with the 10 goals as well. That was at Parma. It just me, or do the Juve kit look super nice? I have to totally agree with you with that one. The Juventus shirt looks ridiculously nice. I might have to get one at some point in the season. Looks really nice. I will agree. Longley will take the free kick. We're still going to play for about another second, and then the ref's blowing for half-time. Juventus 0, Barcelona 1. Even game. I think Barcelona would have edged possession and, you know, had a lot more passes, but they haven't really had many clear-cut chances. First 5 minutes, they were definitely on top, had a few shots at goal, and then Juventus, when going forward, they've looked more dangerous, maybe because they've attacked with a bit more tempo, but we know Barcelona's play is very tiki-taka, keep the ball, don't need to rush the attacks too much, unlike Juventus, who are just trying to attack and get through at any given moment. So, an interesting game so far. It's half-time, and it is... Turn it up, mate. I turned myself up a little bit, and it is 1-0. Stop that timer for a sec and say it is half time. But yeah, it's been an okay half. I mean, the goal was very fortunate, like we've said, but I don't know. It's an interesting one because it's just been very even. The goal's quite fortunate, but you know, some of the chances they had, you could definitely say they deserved a... After the stats, let's have a look. 58% possession to Barcelona with 7 shots through on target. Only 2 shots for Juventus, 0 on target, 42% possession. Off those stats, you think Juventus are getting battered, but they have been okay when going forward on the ball. Haven't caused Barcelona too much danger, but they have showed intent and the skill to get forward and, you know, look a little dangerous. I remember, they've had the ball in the net twice, but Morata's been offside for... both of them. He's looked dangerous. The first one was clearly offside, I feel, for me, but the second one's a bit more obvious as well. New idea I'm looking to do, I said this at the start of the half, but I'm looking to do a match attacks booster box opening. Big box, about 50 packets, and get that on the channel of the match attacks. It's like Champions League as well, I'm pretty sure. Because, you know, I think it would bring in new subscribers. And my channel, this channel is actually based off Match Attacks. I used to post videos about it all the time on this channel. And they did very well. So I'm going to bring that again with a massive opening. It's like Champions League and Europa League cards, because I think they've lost the rights to the Premier League Match Attacks, which is very sad because that was pretty much my childhood Match Attacks Premier League. But, you know, we're going to have to settle with the Champions League. But I think I'm going to be getting like a box of 50 because, you know, try and bring in the new viewers. I think it'd be a good video as well. I think people would enjoy. So that might happen. So let's have a roundup of the other scores. I know I went through the like a couple of minutes ago, but just in case you weren't here or you didn't hear, it is Ferencvaros 0, Dynamo Kiev 2. That is the other game in this group. Dynamo Kiev taking the lead. Goals by Tizian Hankov and Carlos de Pina. And then we've got this game: Juventus 0, Barcelona 1, Club Brugge 1, Lazio 1. Correa giving you Lazio the 14-minute lead, and then Hans Vanaken with the penalty for Club Brugge in the 42nd minute. United have gone in at 1-0 half-time against RB Leipzig, Champions League semi-finalists last year. If they can get 3 points there, United, they are looking very good to qualify from the group. I could say Leipzig have been a little bit more on top with possession and shots, but that main stat is the goal stat, and United are in the lead on that one. Let's have a look. Guzlaki, Kinate, Upamecano, Halstenberg, Campbell, Henriques, Tazande, Olmo, Nkuku, Poulsen, Forsberg. Very interesting lineup here from United. If we want to discuss this, they've gone for a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. It looks like De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, standard back five. Couldn't keep her obviously. Matic in holding midfield with Fred and Pogba to his left and right. Van der Beek in that hole in the centre, and then Greenwood and Martial up front. Because Cavani's on the bench, Rashford's on the bench, Fernandes is on the bench. Not a bad bench, is it really? Mata as well on the bench, Dan James on the bench, Agallo, Brandon Williams, who has had a bit of a dodgy week himself on the good old social media. Dortmund versus Zenit stays 0-0. Struggling Dortmund lost their first game of their group as well to Lazio 3-1, and they're struggling to break through this Zenit defence. Alden's playing as well. Sancho, Royce, Reina. The usual suspects for Dortmund, they are on. And Sevilla Stade Rennais is also 0-0. That is in Chelsea's group. And Chelsea won their game, which I watched against, let's attempt to say the team, and Krasnodar. They beat them 4-0. Very convincing, and the goal scorers, a great sight for Chelsea fans. Hudson-Odoi, Werner, Ziyech and Pulisic. So all those attacking players that they put a lot of faith in this year. They're doing the job up front. And yeah, the other early kickoff as well was... Before I look, I want to try and remember who it was. Oh, why did it slip my mind? It's going to annoy me. PSG ended up winning 2-0. 2 goals, 64th and 69th minute from Moise Kean on loan from Everton. Neymar was taken off. I think that 25th minute, apparently picked up an injury. Is there any update on that? Just an injury midway through this first half. The PSG striker clutched his ankle and received medical treatment off the pitch. Despite heavy strapping on his thigh, the Brazilian was able to continue. Doesn't look the nicest. Does not look the nicest at all for Neymar and PSG fans, because he's like their main source of their skills, trickery and goals, assists. He can do it all, can't he, Neymar? But yeah, next two commentaries I can't actually tell you if you weren't here on Monday. I can tell you now. There we go. So let me tick off this one. I love ticking off when I do commentaries because it's like I've done it. I've got it done. Because when you write them all in a big list, it seems quite daunting that you've got to do so many in such a close space of time. But ticking them off, the next one, hopefully, if I can keep these notes going, which is just ridiculous. Honestly, I was at it yesterday, doing these notes for the games, like this stuff. I was there from, I think it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I finished at 7. So I was there all day, and my head was just hurting. That's why I limit 2 commentaries a day. So if I did no commentaries, I'd be doing like one every day. But it's not how it goes. Not how it goes when you want to do it as a career. So yeah, I was literally there for like 6 hours. My brain was melting, and yeah. So yeah, Leeds v Leicester on Monday, 8 o'clock. That should be the next commentary. Make sure you're there for that one. That'll be a very, very good game, Leeds Leicester. Very good game. I'm not just saying that because I want you to watch, because obviously I do, because it helps me out massively. But that's going to be a cracking game. That I can definitely assure you of that one. And then the next one, you think, oh, it's going to be another Champions League. Who could it be? Maybe no. We're changing it up to Europa League. I hope Kenzie's still here because, plugging his team here a little bit. I know he's got 2 teams, but this is one of them. Benfica versus Rangers. 5th of November. Mark it on the calendar. Notes. Make a reminder on your phone. Say, hey Siri, remind me to check the football commentary channel out on the 5th of November, 5:55 p.m. UK time. Oh my god, Siri's actually picking up what I'm saying. Wow, that was a bit weird. Yeah, tell Siri that, get on here, 5 to 6 p.m. UK time. That's kick-off. I'll probably start the stream at 5:45. Benfica v Rangers, Europa League, game week 3 of that. That will be very interesting. Steven Gerrard's men, who's off to a cracking start this year, beating Celtic a couple of weeks ago, and also won their first group game with that, I don't know if you've seen that Kamara Roof goal from the half, I think just inside his own half, and it was unreal. That goal looped straight into the goal. So that'll be the one, and that is a week on Thursday. So make sure you're there for that one. Make sure you are there. So they're the 2 next commentaries. Don't know what's coming up after that. I'm hoping the pay-per-view in England is scrapped so I can have a bit more selection of the games I can do. We can actually have a look. I mean, there's nothing stopping us. Because I want to do a 5:30 Saturday kickoff because they're usually better for views or getting people in. Obviously, that sounds a bit like wrong. But I mean, to get people in and to get more subscribers because it helps me grow. It's not. I don't only care about the views. I couldn't really care. So the next one. So obviously we've got Leeds, Leicester this game week. And then match day 8. That's going so quick that. That's obviously Man City, Liverpool. I won't be doing that because I will be watching that instead. I would do Everton v United, which is at 12:30, but I have football commitments, so I can't do that. 5:30 is Chelsea v Sheffield United. I think that'd be a good game, but there's actually no Monday kickoff as of yet. So it might have to be that 5:30 kickoff, because there's a lot of 3 o'clocks. A lot of 3 o'clock kickoffs. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them at the minute. So it's looking like Chelsea v Sheffield United, but that could change. Should be close to the second half though, starting. Couple of minutes time. Let me just see if anyone's saying anything on the good old Instagram. A bit of a meme check. I'm surprised if nothing's been said or done in the United game. Would surprise me. Julian Nagelsmann loves dressing up for the big occasion. RB Leipzig manager, what are you wearing, mate? Could be the next City manager. I've heard rumours come out today. If Guardiola doesn't decide to extend his contract, they're looking at Julian Nagelsmann. But yeah, nothing much is being said. No. Let me get the time ready as well. Might as well. Let me change it to second half because I definitely will check. I will forget. No one tells me. No one reminds me saying, look, it says first half when we're deep into the second half. There we go. 450 subscribers. Look at that. That is actually mint. I remember I restarted this channel about 14 months ago now, and I was on I think it was 270, because obviously I did the channel and I did like match tag videos, I did live reactions of the teams I supported. Obviously I can't say now, but the teams I supported I did live reactions on, like live streams like this. But obviously we're not commentating. You actually watch the game and get all angry or delighted with whatever result happened, and yeah, I decided to give it a break and thought, you know what, I want to be a commentator. What could I do to get some experience and actually do it? And then I thought YouTube, and I thought I've got a channel right there with 270 odd subs. Why not restart it? And I did, and we're now on 450, so that's great growth. And I'm hoping we're bringing match tax back to the channel, hopefully with a big box opening. So hoping that will brings about a few more of the old viewers back. But I just love checking my old commentary and just seeing what shirt I was wearing, because I've got quite a few. See, I say I have a lot, but I'm using a lot of these same ones on these. Geez, I remember when doing the Bundesliga commentaries. How to pronounce Araujo? Well, I've already checked that. Are you questioning my pronunciations? Because I've already checked myself. And I even writ it down in the way I would remember. It's like Araujo, but that sounds a bit ridiculous. Let me get your link up here on my phone. Very critical. I know, Mixer. Very critical. Let's have a look.
Pronunciation is brought to you by pronouncenames.com.
Araujo. Ooh, it's Araujo. I was close. I was saying Araujo. Araujo. Oh, come on. Who and you? Whatever. Araujo. Okay. Thanks for that. I remember that now. Araujo. Honestly, I remember commentating last year. Shakhtar Donetsk. They are awkward names to pronounce, especially when you're new to this. Like I was about a year ago, it would have been that. That was a lot of struggle, a lot of enkos in the Ukraine team. Kulusevski's kind of took that away. The Ukrainian Juventus players who were about to kick off at half time, but there's a lot of enkos like Stepanenko. That's a lot of enkos. We were about to kick off. Juventus kicking right to left. Barcelona kicking left to right. I think that was wrong for you. But it's Juventus to start with Bentancur in the midfield. Passing it over to Rabiot. And the game has restarted. It's Danilo over towards Bonucci. Have they gone free at the back? Let's have a look. Bonucci sends it long over the top, looking for Morata in behind. Can't keep it in just quite. And it'll be a goal kick for Barcelona. I completely forgot to start the timer. It looks like Juventus might have gone to a 3 at the back there. That's what it looked like, but I will keep an eye out on that. That might have just been for the kickoff, I don't know. Neto to take. It's a goal kick, and it'll be Bonucci on the halfway line to cut it out. Send it forward towards Morata. Takes it his path, way too heavy. Over touch, and it will be seen out for a throw-in for Barcelona. Roberto throws it in towards Ousmane Dembele. Chiesa wins it, but then Bentancur is having to tackle Juventus players. His touch was heavy and tackles it up for a throw-in for Barcelona. Andrea Pirlo, now the manager of Juventus. Great player himself. Played 164 games for the club in his 4-year stay. 19 goals. Won 2 Champions Leagues. Both AC Milan, one in 2002, 2003 against Juventus, one against 2006, 2007. Can anyone guess who it was? I'll tell you anyway, it was Liverpool. To make their revenge on Liverpool as they won it the year before that 3-3 game. As then Dembele brings it around down the right hand side. It looks to be a challenge just before that. He's dribbled it off the pitch. There was a strong tackle there. I think it was by Griezmann, and I think everyone's okay. But it was on Cuadrado when he stayed down. He was hurt by it. Let's have a look. Just a 50-50. Griezmann's gone in. They've both gone in, to be fair, and they've both just collided into each other. Cuadrado's come out a bit worse, but it was a 50-50, and they've both gone in the same. So definitely wasn't a foul. Well played by the referee, and it'll be Demiral to bring it out, cut off by Pjanic, who's able to go back to the Turkish, thankfully for himself, and goes back to Wojciech Szczesny. Into Danilo. Bentancur able to spin and find Demiral. It looks like they've gone to a back three, Juventus. I don't want to speak wrongly, but it looks like they have gone to a back three with... And then it doesn't look like they've gone to back three, because it just looks like Cuadrado's just drifted in a little bit more as Chiesa Can't quite get the diagonal ball, and Rabiot's had a miscommunication there with Danilo, and Dembele can bring it away, try to spin turn and tackle by Rabiot, and he brings it back for Juventus. It's now Kulusevski into Dybala, chases down that left there with a bit of room. He decides to try and go to Morata inside instead, cut out by De Jong, falls straight to Kulusevski, deflects off the head of Morata and falls to Paulo Dybala. Scoops it behind him to Danilo. It's now Bentancur, the Uruguayan. 7 Champions League appearances last year. The 4 starts. It's now Kulusevski into Chiesa on the left-hand side, just inside the box. Decides to play it into the run of Kulusevski. Has to go behind him. Stays within the box. He's got Dybala to his left. Decides to go to Bentancur on the edge of the box, and it's struck over the bar. I was just talking about Bentancur. Didn't score last year in the Champions League. And he's not scored with that attempt. No goals within the Champions League or assist in his 20 he's had in his playing career. It's Pedri. Great skill to get away from Cuadrado. Rabiot brings it away for Barcelona. Now finds Lionel Messi, who loves to slow down the play completely. Lionel Messi loves to dictate the speed of the play. It's like, this is the speed we're playing at and you are not stopping it. It's really weird. But we were expecting a Messi v Ronaldo when this Champions League group was picked out, but due to coronavirus, Ronaldo's going to miss the game tonight. He's got a great record as well in the Champions League. The Portuguese, 170 appearances with 130 goals. That is honestly unreal. Just crazy. And a lot of the Champions Leagues that he's actually won have been due to his individual performances. And same can be said for Messi as he feeds Ousmane Dembele back to the edge of the box to Messi. It's a poor, heavy touch, and it can be dealt with by Bonucci as he just has to hurry a clearance out wide right. Can't be kept in by Dybala, throwing for Barcelona. Yeah, just a heavy touch there by Messi for Barcelona. But you have it back with Busquets, who's been substituted. I didn't even notice that, how sneaky, but it's a great threaded ball through to Griezmann. Finds Messi on the edge again. Surrounded by 3 Juventus players, is able to get it to Pjanic. Out to Pedri. Now Alba on the overlap, inside towards Messi, cut off by Bonucci. Corner. Who have they snuck on there? Busquets for who? Very, very sneakily done. It is no weights for him. For Araujo, as we discussed the pronunciation of him just before we started, he's gone off for Araujo, who was getting clattered a little bit and did have a few knocks, and I don't know who's fitted into centre-back with him. It might be Busquets who's gone in there, but I don't think he would have. I'll keep an eye out for who's slotted into the centre-back role there, but he has gone off, so I had to pronounce his name during the second half. Going to be taken short to Pedri, now out to Jordi Alba, going to be struck by Pjanic from far out, comes off the head of Morata, loops in the air within the box. Lenglet's battling with it. Can he bring it down, the Frenchman? He can, just knocks it down with the head to De Jong. Now back into Lenglet. Good little chop there, first time, and taken down by Demiral and wins a free kick on the edge of the box there. Great skill from Lenglet. He's able to chop away from his opponent and be brought down. Absolutely Lionel Messi territory here for a cross or a shot. Just on the right-hand side of the box, on the angle. So it could definitely be a shot or a cross, whichever Messi decides to go with. Messi to take. A 636 Barcelona goals. There's 116 Champions League goals. Can he make 117 or maybe pick up an assist? We'll have to find out. It's Lionel Messi on the ball. Hits it for the cross. Nearly goes all the way through, but Morata's there with a header to deflect it away. Only as far as Pedri, who looks to get it in first time with the left boot. Headed away by Bentancur. Chaser lays it off to Cuadrado, brings it down and allows Danilo to clear. Only as far as Jordi Alba. Gives it into the path of Miralem Pjanic. Heavy touch, was able to get it to Lenglet. Crossed paths to the right-hand side to Lionel Messi. Looks to cut in onto his left foot. Rabiot's there stopping him. Keeps it under his spell. Just lays it off to Busquets. Now into Pjanic on the right side. Another poor touch, but he's able to distribute to Griezmann. Looks to work across. Can't quite do so. Goes over to Jordi Alba on the other opposite side. Jordi Alba. Now Busquets. Who has gone at the back there? Lenglet. Who is this? It looks like maybe De Jong. Just playing as more of a sitting central midfielder. Here's Busquets. Dinked to the opposite side again to Sergi Roberto. Now Messi. Ousmane Dembele's got a bit of space, but he pokes it ahead to Roberto. Now from Messi to Dembele. Along the ground, looking for, I think, Pedri, but cleared away by Bentancur. It's now Longley. Is Barcelona look for this second goal. Sergio Roberto to his man Dembele, one-on-one with Danilo, looks to go inside towards Griezmann. Mistake from Danilo, goes back to Dembele, then looks to cut it back again. Cleared by Juventus to Kulusevski, who's been forced back to the corner flag. Needs to just get rid of this, and he does. Thankfully for him, it falls to Danilo. Heavy touch by him towards the opposite side, and Sergio Roberto can keep it in and distributes to Longley. Now Busquets. Here's De Jong, who's just sat at centre-back with Longley, because Busquets doesn't quite have the pace for a centre-back. And I can't picture him playing centre-back at all. Busquets, Jordi Alba. Inside to Pjanic. Great ball inside towards Busquets. He's got a few options. He's got Messi there, who he will use. He's on the edge of the box, skips away from Rabiot. Inside to Griezmann, just on the edge. Tries to complete the 1-2, cut off by Demiral. Helped on by Bonucci. Falls to Kulusevski, who can take it in his stride, but the touch has gone right behind him. And it can be Busquets who releases Jordi Alba, who's on the right-hand side. Now Dembele cuts onto his left. Fakes the shot once. Gives it to Messi. Completes a 1-2 with Messi. And Messi's in the box. Tried to get past Danilo. Good challenge. And Kulusevski looks to bring it away for Juventus. Dybala gives it to. Chopped down. But I'm not sure who the Barcelona player was. It was Pjanic. And it will be a free kick for Juventus. Dybala chopped down there in the end. Clear foul. Clear foul. But Barcelona haven't had the greatest of runs in the competitions the last few years. This is from last year, going back to 2009 at 10. It goes quarter-final, semi-final, quarter-final, 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 win, where they won it in 14-15. Chaser's gone away on the left-hand side here. I'll continue with that in a second. Chaser on the right foot, gets a cross in, flicked away towards Cuadrado, and then back to Morata at the back post. Is it in? Is it a goal? There's a bit of confusion here. I think it's gone in. Third time lucky for Morata. And the ball's in the back of the net. And it stands. Chase on the right-hand side got the ball. Headed away by De Jong. Oh, the left foot could be offside for Morata. Flicked away with the head by De Jong. Only as far as Cuadrado hits it first time. Kind of just hoping to aim for someone in the box. Falls to an unmarked Morata at the back post. Able to guide it into the bottom left corner. No one there. He could just be offside, you know, there, Morata. Just the left hanging foot could be offside. We're talking about how Barcelona don't have great history in the competition the last few years. A lot of quarterfinals, as you heard. And that could be the reason why. Just lazy, sleepy defending there. Morata was completely free at the back post, but could he have 3 goals all ruled out? For me, it just looked like a trailing left boot was in the air hanging and he looked offside. I don't want to say that to Morata because he's had 3 balls in the net. And they've all been ruled out. The first 2 have been ruled out. Will this one be? It looks close. He deserves a goal. He's looked a threat all night, to be fair, for Juventus. Obviously, that's what they need against Barcelona, but he put himself about nicely. Fortnite bot 1-1. Well, it is 1-1, but we're having a VAR check, so until it's confirmed 1-1, I'll change the scoreboard. It looks close, you know. They're not giving us many replays, but it's looking close. But I'm just listing the Barcelona finishes in the Champions League the last few years, and Juventus going to score. Yeah, look, quarter-final, semi-final, quarter-final, 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 win, quarter-final, semi-final, semi-final, win, semi-final. So a lot of quarter-finals within the last 5 years. Defeated against the likes of Roma, you might remember. Oh, it's offside. Oh, it's just devastating for Morata. It gave me chills. I felt so bad for him. Offside, I thought it was. I think it was just the left boot as he was coming back from the offside position. Yeah, the left boot, thought it was offside. I don't know why they took so long to make that decision. It's quite obvious. Very unlucky for Morata, and it stays at 1-0. He's devastated. Alvaro Morata should have had a hat-trick in this game. He's had the ball in the net 3 times. We do continue with a long ball. Demiral intercepts and it bounces over. Long lane looking towards Dybala. Neto's off his line quickly. It was good from Morata to peel away from Longley, but just that trailing left boot was offside, and Pedri's being fed by Jordi Alba, tries to take it down the left, tackled by Bonucci, and good tackle from Bonucci because he's able to get it deflected back off Pedri for a Juventus throw-in. It's now Bentancur. Paulo Dybala. He dropped deep for the ball, he's looking to bring it forward for Juventus. Gets it into the space where Cuadrado is. He's got options to the right and left. Tries to go to his right to Kulusevski. Back inside to Dybala again. Takes it down the right hand side towards the byline. Has to force it back to Cuadrado. Has a great crossing opportunity, and he does find it. Rabiot with a header who's gone behind him eventually. Headed away by Barcelona. Fed back through towards the attack by Danilo. Tackled by Bentancur there, Griezmann, as he brought the ball away from the Danilo pass. It's going to be a free kick for Barcelona in the end. Cheap one to give away there by Bentancur. But how unlucky can Morata get? 3 real chances, and he's put all 3 of them away, to be fair to him. But he's just been offside for every single one. Here's Jordi Alba. Back to Clément Lenglet. Now Pjanic. Out to Jordi Alba. Finds Pedri. Oh, he takes on Cuadrado in a tight space. What dribbling from the 17-year-old. And he's pulled back by Cuadrado as well and wins the free kick. What skill by Pedri. He's been great tonight. I didn't think he'd start. I think he'd be on the bench, and Ansu Fati would more likely get the nod ahead of him because he's had a fantastic start to the season, Ansu Fati. But no, Pedri gets a start, and what a player he is. He looks really, really good. Great buy from Barcelona, from Las Palmas. New arrival this year. De Jong has it. To the right back, Sergi Roberto. To Dembele, back heel down the line towards Antoine Griezmann. Takes one touch, and a second one is away from him, and it can be picked up by Chiesa. Takes on Busquets and looks to take it past Roberto, and he's taken down. Is the free kick being given? It hasn't. We're booking for Sergi Roberto as well. He took on Busquets and then took a heavy touch down the line and was took out by Roberto. I don't know if he was given it first or not. Yeah, actually clipped by Pjanic. It was actually Pjanic he was clipped by a first time and then completely taken out by Sergio Roberto. It was a definite yellow card for the Spanish right back. He equalled the 1 yellow he got last year in the Champions League. So it's great tackling there from Ousmane Dembele. As he taking it quickly, chased down the left-hand side, tackled by Dembele, came back off the Italian, and Barcelona win the throw-in. Jordi Alba forced down the line to Griezmann left-hand side, kicks it off Cuadrado, but couldn't go out for a throw-in. Cuadrado's kept it in and found Demiral. Behind him to Wojciech Szczesny. Now to Cuadrado. Dinked, looking at for Morata. Heads it down nicely to Kulusevski. Oh, his touch is poor and is able to be picked up by Barcelona. Longley needs to deal with it. Fouled on the edge of the box. It's late by Morata. The ball was there to be won and he went for it, to be fair. Longley's getting helped up by the Spaniard. Just took too long to deal with it, and eventually as he pokes it just with the left foot, just about pokes it away before Morata got there and was able to win the foul. It's now played. Oh, it's Pedri again. He's taking out Cuadrado out of the game completely. What skill by the young Spaniard. Cuts onto his round the edge of the box. Feeds Lionel Messi. Looks to find Ousmane Dembele on the right. Back towards Messi. Deflects back to him off Danilo and tackled again. And Danilo can bring it away. Just a heavy touch. Avoids a counter-attack. And Sergio Roberto has it. Turns. Finds Pjanic. It's now Sergio Busquets. To Jordi Alba. Looks for Pedri. It goes to Griezmann instead. He looks to feed Pedri, but it falls to Messi instead. Oh, he's just wide of the post. So close for Barcelona to double their lead. Griezmann tried to poke it through to Pedri, then fell to Messi. He tried to just whip it into that near post and couldn't quite do so. But what skill from Pedri again. He's done that twice against Cuadrado. What a player. Juventus fans are so devastated. I mean, when you've had 3 goals disallowed for offside, you'd definitely be fuming. I would as well. That happened to my team. Demiral brings it forward for Juventus. Only the 1 goal so far, but been quite the entertaining game. We've had the last three commentaries had all been 1-0, so I'm hoping this game breaks that little run we've got going and we maybe get a few more goals this second half. Should do so. I know this fixture isn't blessed with goals, but let's just hope for a few more. As Chase has been found on the left-hand side, brings it down nice with the chest, feeds through Morata, blocked off by Busquets, falls to Bentancur. It's now Dybala, gets onto his left foot, strikes it, blocked. Falls to Demiral, now Bentancur again, around 50 yards away from goal. Danilo gets into Morata, able to hold it up and find Kulusevski, and it's just too much of a heavy pass. Goes out for a goal. Goes out for a throw-in. Sorry, just too much on it. Kulusevski could have been away. Fortunate from the youngster. Kulusevski. He was one of the ones who got an assist for Morata in the first game against Kiev. Cleared away by Barcelona from the throw-in. It's Pedri who picks it up. Very Messi-like movement, Pedri. That's what I like about him. And Messi's forced its way over to the left-hand side to Jordi Alba. Now back to Messi. He's got Pedri to his right in a lot of room and he will feed him. Pedri cuts onto his left. What skill. Deflected shot and it's gone wide and out for a corner. Looking very dangerous, Pedri and Messi. Obviously, I'm not comparing Pedri to Lionel Messi. I'm just saying his movement's just very similar, the way he dribbles with the ball. Obviously, nowhere near the level of Lionel Messi, but you can just see a few similarities there. It's mad to think that Pedri is nearly half of Lionel Messi's age. That's quite scary to think. If only CR7 was here, I think it'd be a very different game. As Fatty's getting ready for Barcelona, I think I will definitely try and schedule the commentary for the replay of this game because I really want to see Juventus with a CR7 playing. They've worked it from the corner short to the edge of the box to Pjanic. Tries to dink it back towards Messi. He made a run in the box, blocked off by Juventus. Falls back to Sergio Busquets. Completes a 1-2 with Jordi Alba and finds Pedri in a lot of room down the left-hand side. Griezmann's made a run in behind. We'll use him. Back heels it towards Pedri again. Lets it run. Finds Messi. Takes a touch. Turns nicely. And again. Oh, too many Juventus players around him for him to work room for the shot. And they can bring it away. Kulusevski gets away from Pjanic. Finds Chiesa. Into Morata, lets it run, and I just don't think he could take it under control. I don't think he even dummied that. And Barcelona have it with Busquets. Back to Neto. Now Jordi Alba right in the kind of Busquets position, and Busquets is in Jordi Alba position. He gets it, and they're going to switch now. Found its way to Sergio Roberto. It's now Ousmane Dembele. Can't take on Danilo. Way too easy for Danilo to win the ball back there. I think it could be Ousmane Dembele to come off for Ansu Fati. Bentancur finds Rabiot. Now Dybala to Cuadrado. Can he source some danger for the Barcelona defence? Bentancur looks for a switch. Oh, what is that? Look for Chiesa on the left. Way too much on it. No direction. I think it's out for a goal kick. That was shocking from Bentancur. He's a lot better with his passing range than what he just shown there, Bentancur. But it would have been interesting to see the Barcelona against Ronaldo because he's had 33 appearances against Barcelona. He scored 18 goals, unreal record, and it is Ousmane Dembele off for Fati. And he's only won 9 of the 33 games. I'd love to have seen if he could have made that 10. And he tried to cut down that kind of poor record against Barcelona, winning 9 of the 33. It's Griezmann who flicks it on. Falls straight to Bentancur. Can he make up for his poor pass just before, and he has with a very simple ball back to Wojciech Szczesny. Demiral. Kulusevski's dropped deep for the ball and will find Juan Cuadrado. It's Demiral on the ball just inside his own half. He's got Bonucci to his left and he will use him. Danilo. Demiral. Into Cuadrado. Like I said at half-time, Pirlo has not lost a game as Juventus manager yet. 3 wins, 3 draws. He'll want to keep that unbeaten streak for as long as he can. As it is, Demiral back to Cuadrado. Looks to get an early cross in. It's deflected out for a throw-in the final third. Juventus winning the league last year. 83 points. I think it was one more than the team below them. I think that was AC Milan, actually. I'm interested to see who that was now. Should have wrote it down, really. Yeah, 1 point more than Inter Milan, sorry, not AC. Inter, sorry. They did win the league with 83 points. Ronaldo with 31 goals in the league last year. Cuadrado's tried to work it down the right-hand side and he's been blocked off by Barcelona, but it just fell straight back to Demiral. Now Dybala fizzes it into Cuadrado. Looks to get crossing down the right. Good tackle by Pedri. Cuadrado tries to keep it right on that corner flag. Again dispossessed by Pedri and looks to be brought away by Jordi Alba, and he's completely chopped down by Jordi Alba by Cuadrado there. Free kick given and well won by Pedri and Jordi Alba in that corner flag. Looked to chop back onto his right foot and just completely swiped out the game by Cuadrado. Juventus has won it back by Griezmann not being able to keep hold of it, and that's Kulusevski's won it back. It's fell to Dybala. He's had to poke it back to the halfway line where Demiral will pick it up for Juventus on the ball. Barcelona finishing second as well last year, 82 points, so similar to Inter Milan in the Serie A. Would have been just 1 point behind Juventus. There's a great ball into Kulusevski. Finds Morata and completes a 1-2 in Kulusevski, has a very tame shot over the bar. What dangerous that, linked up nicely the two strikers, or the right winger and the striker there. Kulusevski with a poor left-footed strike always going over. Getting caught. I was about to put my feet up then, like I'm watching it with no one here, but can't quite do that. Neto, able to clear, despite the press from Dybala, fall straight to Danilo, headed back to Bonucci. He was able to get his Bentancur before Griezmann could intercept. It's now Danilo again on the left. Looks down the line for Morata, has it and can able to dribble forward and slip through Rabiot. Oh, he looks for the early shot. It's poor by the Frenchman. Well wide on the tight angle as well. He should have squared it, put it into that corridor of uncertainty and just seen what happened. But no, decided to go for a rash attempt. I think he looked up and saw a bit of a gap between the near post and Neto and decided to try and fit it through and was nowhere near for the Frenchman in the end. Tried to be played out from the back here. Barcelona found Griezmann, lays it off to Busquets. Now Miralem Pjanic into Messi, a lot of tight room, and he completely gets... Oh, what an awful challenge from Demiral. He had a card for him. Messi got past one, and the Turkish was basically saying to him, you're not getting past me if you like it or not, and I'm going to bring you down on the halfway line, and that's what he did. Picked up a yellow card there. Mary Demiral. Who did he put it through? Did he put it through the legs of one of them? Who did he go past? I can't see who got past, but he's just been shot down by Demiral. And he's won the free kick back. Messi, they've done it in very fast motion there, so I didn't see who he took out the first time, but he's definitely taken down by the second time with Demiral. I definitely saw that. Busquets chips it to the left to Jordi Alba. 20 minutes to go. Still the one goal to Barcelona. I don't know why I said it like that. To Barcelona. 3 times Juventus have had the ball in the net, but offside all 3 of them. Alvaro Morata should have had a hat-trick. Can Messi cause a bit of damage here for Juventus? Ansu Fati into Messi. Tackled by Rabiot, and it's going to be a throw-in in that 2014-15 final where Juventus were beaten 3-1. It was not the night for Messi. He didn't actually get on the score sheet. Suarez and Neymar did, alongside Rakitic. And, I think Morata's destined for a goal because he did in fact score in that Champions League final to make it 1-1. Alvaro Morata, but can't score to save his life in this game. Busquets gets it to Pedri on the left. Been very impressed with him. He's strolling to my man of the match, that's for sure. I think he's been fantastic. So now Sergio Busquets gets a switch to Lionel Messi, able to bring it down the right hand side. He's going to look to cut in. No, he just plays it to his left to Pjanic. Now inside to Ansu Fati. Room in the box. Completes a 1-2 with Griezmann. Works onto his left and shoots. Blocked off. Falls to Pjanic. Just turns back and finds Frankie de Jong is making a makeshift centre-back in this second half as Araujo was substituted off. I think he just picked up a knock, the young centre-back. No PK due to suspension in the first Champions League game of this season. Ansu Fati. Into Messi, he's able to take a touch and turn, and Fati's able to go on his own, and he's tackled beautifully. Is it by Danilo? He is. He won the ball. That's what the ref says, and I think he's right. Juventus try and play it out, but they just can't get out their own half at the minute. Barcelona win it back with Longley, picked up by Morata, but his touch has gone straight to Busquets, and he can play it into Pedri. He's got Jordi Alba making a run off him. He'll decide to just go back to Busquets instead of first time ball into Pjanic. Back to Busquets. That's Sergio Roberto. It's now Antoine Griezmann. Ansu Fati on it. Made his debut last year in August. 25th in a 5-2 win. Thinking of that, he's still 17 now, so he would have been 16 then. That's a poor ball there from Barcelona, just playing out for a throw in there. They had settled possession, but they just lost it Ooh. On that Danilo challenge, Messi got away, took a touch, and Danilo actually didn't get any of the ball there. I'm surprised VAR haven't checked that if they haven't already. He got away from Bonucci, then took a touch, and Danilo did not get any of the ball there, even though it seemed like it. Demiral to come away with it for Juventus. You feel like they need to make a change, Juventus, bring on someone a bit more creative, fresh legs maybe. Maybe take off like a Rabiot or a Bentancur. Maybe an Aaron Ramsey and Arthur, formerly Barcelona Arthur, who's on the bench tonight. He made 72 Barcelona appearances. Dybala had it in the box, tackled by De Jong. Neto has it in his hands. He rolls it out, and Busquets again plays it into Pedri. One-on-one with Cuadrado. He's already skimmed him twice. Can't do it a third time because he's been dispossessed. Cuadrado brings it away for Juventus. Gets his way into the box, and is he brought down by Longley? It seemed to be a dive by Cuadrado, and he's going to be booked by the referee, and I think he knows it as well. See, when you're watching it from here, it does seem like he's just being absolutely taken down by Longley, but I think he knows, and the ref, I'm certain that he knows that that was a dive. He won it well as well, Pedri. I mean, off Pedri. 16v number 16, and yeah, dribbles in the box, takes it away from Longley, and gives away a dive and a free kick, and it's going to be Dejan Kulusevski off for Weston McKennie. Said they might need a more creative player, and Messi's in behind now for Barcelona. Feeds through Griezmann, who's in the box. He decides to shoot. Oh, it's just wide of the post. So easy for Barcelona to break through, and you should think Griezmann should be tucking those away. It's Busquets, I think, who got it, or Pjanic. Found Messi. Easy pass through to Griezmann on the left-hand side. Looking to go across goal. Beat Szczesny. Couldn't quite get it in that far post. And it remains 1-0. Can Weston McKennie as well make that difference? Said they might need to bring on a more creative player, and I think that's what they've gone for. Weston McKennie on loan from Schalke. Came through the Dallas Academies. American, the number 14. As they've lost the ball at Juventus, Bentancur going for a 50-50. It's out for a throw. Weston McKennie on. I'm surprised they went for him. I thought they were going to bring on maybe a more creative player, because I'm thinking I watched Weston McKennie a few times in the Bundesliga restart, and he's not quite the creative player. Very hard working, wanted to win the ball in the midfield, wasn't as creative as one thinks. Didn't get an assist in the league last year for Schalke. Got 3 goals, but no assist. As Neto has it, sends it towards Ansu Fati. Danilo with the header forward. Chested towards Bentancur by Weston McKennie, and he does find him. Looks to thread through Chiesa on the right-hand side, but picked off by Barcelona, and they've got it through to Lionel Messi. Now Ansu Fati behind him to Sergio Roberto. Now Pjanic with a little bit of room in the midfield to work his Bosnian magic. Busquets out to Jordi Alba. Busquets again. It goes behind him to Frankie de Jong. Now Messi again. Griezmann. Just inside the Juventus half, this is all happening. Roberto back into Fati. Looks for the ball inside to Messi, but deflected off a Juventus player to Pjanic. It's now Roberto. Pjanic again takes a forward touch, and then inside to Lionel Messi. He's got runners off him. He's got Roberto to his right, but he goes to his left to Griezmann on the edge of the box. Looks for the reverse ball back to Messi. Great interception by Danilo. Cleared away by Bonucci. And Juventus again defend another Barcelona attack. Looking very more dangerous the more minutes are played, Barcelona. Roberto to take the throw-in. Goes with a longer throw-in towards Busquets in the midfield. It's nicely done. He just helps it along to Longley. Now Alba inside to Busquets, finds Pjanic. Can he find it into Messi? No, he can't. Poor ball by Pjanic, and Rabiot can bring it away. It's now Weston McKennie towards Dybala, but I think McKennie was just nicked by Busquets when winning the ball, and the free kick's been given and pulled back. I've totally forgot. I'm so endured in this game, I forgot there's other Champions League games on again. United are 2-0 up. Who scored that goal? It is Marcus Rashford, who's come off the bench. And that's the only score changes in the games. Is Weston McKennie's on the left-hand side, cuts in on the right-hand side, and it's a shot with no curl at all. Good forward thinking by Weston McKennie. Picked it up on the left-hand side, chested it down. was allowed to cut in onto his stronger foot by Sergio Roberto and then got a shot away and just no curl on it at all. And it will be a goal kick. Ferencvaros, the team in Barcelona's group alongside Juventus, have scored. It's 2-1 against Kiev. They've scored. I think that's their first Champions League goal ever. Juventus had the ball back as Barcelona couldn't find their way out successfully, and it's Bentancur on the ball to Demiral. Now Dybala deep for the ball. Gets to Bentancur right on the halfway line. Rabiot. Pass intercepted by Messi. That's the last person you want to give it to. Tries to burst away from Rabiot, and before he could, he's been taken down by the Frenchman, and it's going to be a free kick against Rabiot. It's going to be a booking as well for Rabiot. Give it away, and he's had to give away the free kick and a yellow card because the one thing he cannot do is have a pass intercepted. That's first thing. The second thing is it cannot be Lionel Messi you give it to, and that's what he did, and he's paid the price, and he's had to give away the free kick. But he must have nightmares about Lionel Messi, Rabiot, because he was part of that PSG team that were beaten 6-0 at 6-1, I think it was actually, sorry, at the Camp Nou in that historic Champions League game where they were knocked out last minute by Sergio Roberto. They won 4-0 the first leg and then were defeated 6-1 in the second. Did play all the minutes in that game. Unai Emery was manager of PSG at the time. So free kick here. Not many bodies sent forward for Barcelona. 3, and one's long leg. That's to try to go quickly to catch out the Juventus back line, but it's dealt with by Demiral, and Cuadrado was knocked down trying to clear the ball by, I think, Jordi Alba, and the free kick has been given for Juventus. It's actually Pedri who was going up for the challenge with Cuadrado. Easy free kick to be given. If you are new in here, please like and subscribe if you do decide to go. New video coming up soon, hopefully. Match tax booster box opening or 50-pack opening, hopefully coming soon. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I think that'll be a banging video to put out there for the viewers. Bentancur into Demiral on the halfway line, brings it into the Barcelona half. 10 minutes to go, plus added on time, finds Rabiot, tackled by Messi, and does give away the foul, and takes it quickly out wide right to Dybala. Pedri's not allowing him to cut onto his left, and he actually challenges him and wins the ball back and gives away a foul as Dybala tried to recover. What defending by Pedri. I know there's 10 minutes left and a lot can change, but Pedri is my man of the match. He's been unreal, the 17-year-old, against Juventus tonight for Barcelona. He's been unbelievable. He's skimmed Cuadrado about 3 times. He's worked back terrifically with Jordi Alba to win the ball back on numerous occasions. He's looked dangerous. His passing's been great. He's been a threat for Barcelona tonight. And he's already my man of the match. And we've still got 10 minutes left to play because he's just been unreal tonight. 3-0 for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford with his second. It looks like they're bouncing through that group. Fair play to Manchester United. Ansu Fati looks to bring it down the line. Deflects off Danilo and... yeah, off Danilo last and throwing for Barcelona. Danilo thought it came off Fati last again, but I didn't think it did. Let's have a look. It comes off Danilo, I think off the hand actually of Danilo a second time and then out for a throw. So I think it definitely was a throw-in for Barcelona despite the complaints and the questions of Danilo. It's actually Juventus with a throw-in. What's happened there? Something been said or I don't know. Juventus got the throw-in the end and they've taken it. I thought that came off Danilo last, personally. It's Danilo trying to force it to McKennie and it's been picked up by that match winner against PSG all those years ago, Sergio Roberto. Bursts away, finds Fati, first time ball towards Griezmann, is able to turn. Met by Weston McKennie and Rabiot can take over and lay back behind into Cuadrado in his own box. Needs to try and clear. Turns, finds Rabiot. Goes inside to Bentancur. Now finds Cuadrado again. Over to Bonucci, who will bring it forward. They need to be more dangerous here, Juventus. They haven't caused many issues in the second half. Only the one real chance, and it was the disallowed goal for Morata, who's been fed through here over the top by Bonucci. He's onside this time, that's for sure. One-on-one with Roberto. Gets it in the box. Dybala tries to take it in his stride. Comes off the hand of Dybala last. Unintentional, but his arms were in the air and it bounced off it, and it will be a free kick for Barcelona. Oh, just deflects off his hand. I think comes off Dybala's hand and then Busquets' hand, yeah. Comes off his arm by accident and actually off the chest of Busquets. Very unfortunate for Dybala. It wasn't intentional. Here comes the change I expected. Here, Bentancur, this replaced by Arthur, formerly of Barcelona, part of that swap deal with Pjanic. I said this before, but I'll say it again. He made 78, I think, appearances, I want to say. No, 72 appearances for Barcelona with 4 goals. 6 goals in his whole career, and he's won 5 and drew 1. So every time he scores, he's not been beat yet. And Bernardeschi has also come on, and I'm presuming for Chaser, because he's not done much this second half. I will find that out in a second. Ball gone forward, Bonucci deals with it. Morata goes up for the header, and McKennie heads it down back to Morata. And he kicks it out of play as it looks like to be a bit of a head injury there for... Who is that? Can't see who it is. He's gone down there under the challenge and you're literally blocking his face. It is Pjanic who's been knocked over. It's actually Bentancur and Rabiot. Chaser stayed on the pitch. The two holding midfielders at the start of the game being replaced by Bernardeschi and Arthur. So Bonucci sent it forward and then an aerial challenge between Pjanic and Morata, and Pjanic has just come out a little bit worse. Anyway, plays continued and they've worked it back to Wojciech Szczesny as I think the ball was given back to Juventus as Morata did kick it out. Very sportsmanlike. But it's a Cuadrado. Just 6 minutes to go. Juventus need to get maybe a bit of a kick up the backside maybe from Pirlo off the sidelines and get going, because they've really not got going in the whole game really. To be honest, it's been very calm for Barcelona on the whole. Demiral looks to bring it forward a bit more urgency, and he's a misplaced control, and that's going to be his second yellow. No, it's actually his first. It is his second yellow and he's off. Looked to try and bring a bit more urgency into the attack and bring it forward from defence, and he's had a really heavy touch and he's gone flying in onto a challenge under Miralem Pjanic. Just catches him on the tooth, I think both of his boots, sends him flying, and it's going to be a red card for Demiral. Juventus down to 10 men. I mean, I was just about to praise him for actually bringing a bit of urgency to the attack, and then he just did one really heavy touch and tried to make up for it by flying into a challenge on Pjanic, and was always going to be a red card if he'd already had a yellow. Could have possibly been a straight red as well, because it was a dangerous challenge. As Messi is on the ball, looks to bring it away on the right-hand side, gives it to Ansu Fati, deflected ball, does find Roberto, and a little bit more of a foot on the game now. For Juventus, as Danilo's had to slide over to centre-back and Bernardeschi's had to play left-back for now. Pjanic into Fati, who's drifted to the left-hand side, gives it to Pedri. Wonder if Pirlo will make a change now for that left-back role, because he's brought on Bernardeschi for an attacking option, but then he's had to slot him straight to left-back because Demiral's got sent off. Not the best in that of Demiral. He has struggled a little bit, to be fair to him, against the likes of Griezmann, Pedri and Messi. As Messi's the one on the ball now, brings it forward. Tackled by Weston McKennie fairly as well. Wins the ball. Can he be brought away by number 22, Chiesa? No, he can't, because he's been bundled to the ground by Griezmann. It's going to be a free kick for Juventus. I think this would have been a very different game if Ronaldo was playing, but I'm presuming we'll never know. I'm saying presuming we will never know until a couple of weeks' time when they meet again, and hopefully he'll be all right to play. Then we will see. I know he'll be at the new camp. I think that'll be even better, the fact he'll return to the new camp to play Messi in Barcelona. I think that'll be perfect. I definitely want to commentate on that game, because that's kind of why I commentated on it tonight, because I thought that was going to be the game, and then he got COVID. So, but I think he's doing all right. He seems to be doing all right on his Instagram, that's for sure, supporting the team. Juventus gives it away on the halfway line, and it's going to be Jordi Alba to keep the possession for Barcelona. Gives it to Pjanic, now Sergio Roberto. Long lay to have it. Gives it to Busquets. Now Griezmann. A little bit of room. No real urgency from Barcelona, and that's no surprise. They have got the lead, and they have got an extra man, and a second goal could be good for them, because I think it'd kill off the game, but they don't want to risk, giving away a counter-attack just for the sake of another goal when they have something to protect. They've worked it well here to Messi. Brings in Jordi Alba. Back to Messi. Jordi Alba again. Feeds through Messi. Good one-time pass to Pedri. Now Jordi Alba on the edge of the box. It's Ansu Fati around 25 yards out. Dinks it into the box looking for the run of Jordi Alba. Cut out by Bonucci, and it falls to Cuadrado and takes a touch and keeps it in play and wins the foul off Pedri. Collided with the youngster and wins the foul. Nicely done by Cuadrado. Good experience play there by the Colombian. Looks like Firpo, Junior Firpo, is going to be brought on for Barcelona. He is a left back, and Juventus could do with one at the minute because they ain't got one. Manchester United, by the way, 4-0 up. Martial penalty. Surprised Rashford didn't take it. It would have been on a hat-trick there. But it will be Griezmann's come off for Junior Firpo. Played 4 Champions League games last year, got 3 starts, played 27 minutes in the first group game of the season, has 1 goal for Barcelona versus Getafe. He comes on and he will play. Will he play wing? He's a left back usually, but he might be stuck on the left hand side here. Neto on the ball, 90 seconds left of the game, plus added on time. Sergio Roberto giving it by the makeshift centre back. Frankie de Jong has also been fantastic. He's been stuck on the left hand side. He has. Fati, Roberto looks to switch it to Firpo. Cut out by Cuadrado, and they need a little bit more of a late push here, Juventus, because they're going to go 8 games against Barcelona in the history and only 1 win. Messi. Ansu Fati gets it in the box. He's bundled to the ground, and it's a penalty kick. The makeshift left-back Bernardeschi gives it away. You can tell he's not usually playing in that position because he lets Fati get in front of him and then just takes him out from behind, which is the worst thing you can do. Very similar to the penalties Manchester City gave away against Leicester. Letting Ansu Fati get in front of him and then taking him out from behind. Giving away penalty. Messi was the one who gave it to Fati. Just made sure he got there ahead of Bernardeschi, brought to the ground. And a penalty kick for Barcelona. Not good enough in the second half for Juventus. Don't deserve anything from the game, and it looks like they're going to be conceding their first loss under Andrea Pirlo. Presuming it will be Messi to take. It will be Messi to take. Looking for his 117th Champions League goal. His 637th Barcelona goal in a 738th appearances. It's the left foot of Lionel Messi. Step up. Argentine versus the Polish. Messi to take. He sends Szczesny the wrong way. Lifts it into the top left corner. And Barcelona are 6 out of 6 in points to start off their Champions League campaign. After their disastrous end to the last one, they've got off to a cracking start in the 2021 campaign. Messi with the goal. It's definitely a penalty. Well won by Ansu Fati, just showing how clever he is, despite his age of 17. Born on the 3rd of October 2002, which is ridiculous. And then a player a little bit older than him at the age of 33 puts it away. Calm, cool, collected. Juventus 0, Barcelona 2. Well-deserved win for Barcelona. They've done what they needed to do. Juventus wasn't good enough, and I think they're going to be definitely calling on Ronaldo in the reverse fixture to bring them some more attacking threat. Ronald Koeman happy, Barcelona happy, and they will walk away from Turin and the Allianz Arena with all 3 points. Pedri, my man of the match for today's game, is being substituted off for Braithwaite. Martin Braithwaite, who actually took the number 9 off Suarez as he left. That's just unreal. Because not, a year ago, Braithwaite was playing Championship football. He scored 8 goals in his time in the Championship for Middlesbrough, and now he's playing in the Champions League. Number 9 for Barcelona. How times can change. Juventus have it though with Bernardeschi, who was brought on for an attacking option, but due to that red card by Demiral that left Juventus down to 10 men, he had to do a shift at left back and got caught in a position he's definitely not used to and gave away a penalty. But here he is in more of a dangerous area on the left-hand side. Looks to put a cross in, intercepted by Ansu Fati out for a corner for Juventus. Can they maybe score a bit of a consolation with around 3 minutes to go, because there was 5 minutes added on? We've played 2 of them. It's Bernardeschi to cross it. Can he make up for giving away the penalty with an assist for someone in the box, because Morata's there? Bonucci's in there as well. Crossing towards the near post, flicked on, forced to Morata in the box. It's shot, and I think it came off the hand of a Juventus player in the build-up, and it's going to be a free kick for Barcelona. Flicked on, and it came off the hand of Morata himself. Really not his night. He's had the ball in the back of the net 3 times, all disallowed for offside. And there, when he thought he may have had a chance of goal, it was given against him for handball. Neto brings it out with a Roberto pass. Now Busquets shifts it over to Jordi Alba. Can they make it 3? It's Firpo on the left. Jordi Alba, Firpo. Jordi Alba again, Firpo again. Now to Busquets. Forces it over the top towards Ansu Fati. Can bring it down unmarked. Ansu Fati looks to square it to Braithwaite. What is he doing? On the penalty spot, Ansu Fati caught Bernardeschi napping completely. Danilo pressed the wrong ball as well, going over his head, and then penalty spot, a chance to slot it home, decided to try and play it across to Braithwaite and concedes the goal kick. That definitely shows his age of 17, because that was really poor decision making from Ansu Fati. He could have had another goal to put to his 13 he already has for the Barcelona first team, but had to go against it, and it could be Juventus now with a goal. Dybala from a long range, deflected off number 14 Weston McKennie, but he's able to pick it up. Bakila into the path of Chaser, intercepted by Barcelona. That was close from Juventus, and the Catalonians will bring it away with Firpo. Should be 3-0 up with that Ansu Fati chance, as he does lose it. Good tackle there from Chaser. So many stats, your research, amazing. Thank you very much. I do spend a lot of time on it, so I'm glad that it's shown. Cuadrado, 1 minute to go, gets a switch out to Bernardeschi. Not the greatest game as a sub, but mainly because he had to do defensive duties. But he gets a crossing deflected away by Jordi Alba, out for a throw for Juventus. But yeah, Bernardeschi, I do feel bad for him because he was brought on to make an attack and impact, and he's just unfortunately shifted over to left back. Been at the club since 2017, so he's not new around these parts. Bernardeschi, as Dybala's been fouled on the edge of the box by Busquets, just on the angle on the left-hand side. Could this be a consolation goal for Juventus? Just brought down by Busquets there. Dybala, easily given by the referee. Very experienced though, Sergio Busquets. Very experienced. 114 Champions League appearances. Unbelievable. The most for Barcelona in the competition is Xavi with 157, but he's not too far away from that. Don't think he'll get there, but still an unbelievable player, Sergio Busquets. And here's Dybala with the in-swinging free kick and hits the wall of Ansu Fati. How has he managed that? Full time is given anyway, but how has he managed that? One little 5 foot, I think about 8 Ansu Fati in the wall. He's got everyone swaying for in the box and he hits him in the wall. I don't get how he's done that. But anyway, the ball goes out for a corner, but no time for it. Red ball is for full time. Very convincing Barcelona performance. They didn't have to do much to win it. 14th minute goal by Dembele due to a mad deflection of Chaser gave him the first goal. And then Bernardeschi with a rash challenge in the box gave them a second in the 91st minute with a Messi penalty. But the first half was seen quite promising for Juventus. We're attacking quite a lot, scored 2 disallowed goals, looking somewhat dangerous. And then the second half, they just really stopped creating anything. I know they put the ball in the back of the net in the 57th minute with Morata, but he was offside again, and other than that, they didn't create anything. And it's quite easy going for Barcelona, and fully deserved the 3 points. Pjanic is the one who's going to be coming away with the smiles from Turin, as he played against his former club. There's Leonardo Bonucci, the captain of Juventus and the captain of Barcelona. Lionel Messi swap shirts. What a shirt to have, Lionel Messi's. Not too bad to add to the collection. And yeah, easy. I'd say 3 points for Barcelona. Can't wait to commentate on the reverse fixture, which I'm definitely going to try and do, because I want to see if Ronaldo does have such a difference if he was to play, because I feel like they would have just given him a lot more of a better option having Ronaldo in the team. First time I cried in a football match, and that was painful, that for Juventus fans, because it was really not your night in any way. Is Ferencvaros, who's is in the same group as Barcelona and Juventus, have nicked a point, their first ever point in the competition. 90th minute, Dynamo Kiev got a red card by Sidorchuk in the 86th minute. In the 90th minute, Frank Bolli has won it. How exciting for Ferencvaros. So that means points are split there. Manchester United have won 5-0. I should have done that game. I was going to do it, but I thought, let's mix it up. Let's do a different group. And Marcus Rashford hat-trick. Fair enough, that would have been his first European hat-trick, I'm presuming. 3 off the bench, won the 74th, 78th and 92nd minute. Leipzig, Champions League semi-finalists last year, have been absolutely exposed. What a performance from United. I was going to do that game, but I thought I was going to do, let's do Messi v Ronaldo, and then he gets COVID, he can't even play. Oh well. Anyway, good start from United though. 2 wins out of 2. PSG away, RB Leipzig at home, and 5-0. That's a very good way to get started, isn't it? Great commentary. Cheers. Thank you very much. And on that note, I'm going to end it here. Next live stream will be 8 o'clock, same time as this one. 10 to 8 start of the stream. Leeds v Leicester in the Premier League, and then in the midweek it won't be Champions League, it's going to be Europa League at 5 to 6, quarter to 6 kickoff. I mean street time, UK time. That is for Benfica versus Rangers. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're here on the channel for the 5th of November. I'm looking to do a match tax video, a big booster box, a 50-pack opening soon. I'm going to try and bring that to the channel, hopefully bring a few more viewers in. I think it'll be a good video because that's where this channel started off, through match tap videos. So it's not on the channel anymore, but I think there's a few saved. I've deleted a lot of them. But yeah, I'm looking to bring that back. And yeah, so that's the upcoming videos for this channel. I hope you enjoyed this commentary. Like and subscribe if you haven't already before you go. It's a walkthrough for Barcelona. Juventus tried. They gave all they can, but just really lacked quality compared to Barcelona. And they will walk away from Turin with all 3 points, thanks to an Ousmane Dembele deflected goal and a Lionel Messi penalty. But I'm just saying right now, remember the name of Pedri. Great performance from him tonight.